All right, y'all see what we're getting into today. This creamy, Boozin, cheesy corn pudding. This pudding right here would be the perfect accompaniment to your Thanksgiving dinner. It'll sit right alongside that turkey, that ham, or anything else that you have on that table. Honey, let's get on over here on this counter and get into this dish today. Very easy, quick to make, but oh so good to eat. Let's do this. We're going to start this corn pudding by preparing our casserole dish, and I'm just going to rub some butter in here, and this is salted butter because we're not putting a whole lot of this in, putting a lot of salt per se in our in the casserole itself, or the pudding itself. And I'm using this 8x8 casserole dish because I'm just making a small amount of it today. But when I make it for Thanksgiving dinner on that day, it will be double the recipe. Okay, so I'll put the double recipe in the description. But this right here, what you'll see me do today, is gonna be the recipe basically cut in half. All right, so there, I got the casserole dish ready. So now I'm gonna move over to the stove and start sauteing up the corn. I'm getting my butter melted, and I'm using a half stick of salted butter. I'm getting that melted, and to this I'm gonna go ahead and add my corn. I'm using canned corn, but feel free to use frozen corn. But if you do, it has to be thawed, all the way thawed with the juice poured off. So I've drained 2 cans of whole kernel corn, and you'll hear me probably interchangeably say 1 cup. When I'm saying 1 cup, I'm saying a can, because when I drain the corn, it equals just about a cup in this in the measuring cup here. So there's 1, and here's the other can. And what I want to do is I want to saute this up to soften it a little bit in this butter for about 3 minutes. And you want to do this first because you want this to cool before you add it to the recipe. Okay, now this has been going for about 2 minutes here, so now I'm going to go ahead and add about a half teaspoon of garlic, the minced garlic there, to get some flavor to it. Now you can option that garlic with about a 1/4 cup of onions if you prefer that, that's what you have on hand. And that's just to add a little flavor to that down in there, okay? And it's going to go for about another minute, and then we're going to turn this off so it can start to cool. Okay, so this is ready, and you can see the liquid is pretty much gone in there, and we're going to go ahead and turn this off because we do not want that garlic to burn in this corn. So now we're going to let this cool while we go over on the counter and get the other ingredients together. Now we're going to go ahead and add everything else to this bowl for this pudding. So what I'm adding in here first is a half cup of milk, and that's whole milk, that is. Okay, now I'm going to put in there, you know it's going to be some booze, and this is what we're doing right here today. Anytime that I use cornmeal, I'm pretty much going to use beer because it heightens that yeast taste in there. So I'm going to put a half cup of beer in here. Okay, now what I want to add here is my 2 eggs. I'm going to heat those up a little bit. 2 eggs. Add that. I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of cornmeal. 1/4 cup. And then what I want to add is my sugar. I'm doing 2 tablespoons of sugar. Just sweeten it up just a little bit there. 2 tablespoons of sugar. Move this around just a little bit. Okay. Those lumps out of there. Now what I want to do is add some salt to this. Just a little bit of salt, and I say about a half a teaspoon in there is just fine. And now I want to put some pepper in. Just pepper to your taste, okay? And I love pepper, so, you know. So we put our salt and pepper in there. I'm gonna move that around. Now I want to add my green onions in. And I'm putting, that's about maybe 2, I think I did 2 green onions for this small amount. All right. Okay. Now I want to put the shredded cheese in there, and I say a cup. Now I don't even know if I have quite a cup here, so I'm gonna use what I got. And put half of it in there now, and we're gonna use the other half of it for the top. All right. Now let's get our corn ready. Okay, y'all, this corn is cool to the touch, and I'm gonna go ahead and add it to this mixture. And it doesn't have to be cold, just cool it down a little bit so it doesn't scramble your eggs. And I'm gonna move that around together. Okay, so we got that kind of moved in together there. Now we're ready to pour this into our prepared dish. And here we go. Now what I'm going to do is put the rest of that cheese on the top, and I failed to mention my oven is already warming at 375, and we're going to put this in the oven for about anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes. Now when I put cheese on top of anything that's like this bright in color, what I like to do is put a little paprika on it, and that gives it that savory color, like when you're doing mac and cheese and something that's so bright yellow and whatnot. So I like that savory color, and this does not take away from the taste. So we're just gonna hold it kind of high, and this is all you're gonna do. That's all you need. Go around a bit, and we're good. So now we're gonna put this into our oven at 375 for about 55 minutes, okay? Until it is no longer jiggly in the middle, okay? And y'all, it is out of the oven, and there that corn pudding is. Okay, so we're gonna let it cool for about 5 minutes before we dip into it. And see, when I gently shake it, there's no jiggling in the middle, and that's where you want it to be, okay? Okay, y'all, we got it done. We got it done. And I want to thank you all so much, so very much for joining me in this Boozin Food Kitchen, where we got this cheesy Boozin corn pudding all the way together. And I hope when you all gather together during this Thanksgiving holiday that it be all that you wish for it to be. Enjoy your family, enjoy the food, because I know I am, and I wish that for you all too. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and dig into my little corn pudding and get on out y'all way so you all can move on with your day. And I hope you all do try this dish. It's really, really a good one. So here we go. I tell y'all this is good, believe me what I say. And know I'm greedy, so you know I'm going back in.
So here we go.